Hey, everybody. Welcome to Kame House Party. I am Aaron.
And I am Vince.
And this is the universe's only improv comedy Dragon Ball watch-along podcast. We are watching every episode and iteration of Dragon Ball. And we are getting on these microphones to discuss what we watched. We do a little improv based on our discussion, and it is a good time. Can confirm.
Oh, yeah.
Look, ask your mom. She knows. I know for a fact that at least 2 mothers.
Yes.
3 mothers listen to this?
2.
Does your mother listen to this?
No.
Okay, so I
My
know
mother doesn't listen to podcasts.
Good for her for being well adjusted. I can think of 2 mothers that listen to this podcast and can confirm. But look, if you're still listening, you believe us, and we're gonna let you. And it's time to get ready for the podcast fun ahead. And to do that, we need to do a little Kame housekeeping. Get you ready, get cleaned up. And the first part of Kame housekeeping is the world famous UN sanctioned and Olympic Committee approved 1 minute roundup peeling sound.
Oh, Tommy got Danimals today, everybody.
Oh, just let me eat it in peace, please. Why are you bullying me?
Boy. Oh, too good for Go-Gurt, huh? Too good for Go-Gurt.
Just let me take a sip of this yogurt with a giraffe on it, please.
Oh, he sips his yogurt like a whiskey glass. Oh, big man.
Look, just because I wear a fancy glove to drink Danimals and my monocle, you guys got to stop bullying me for my affluence.
Oh, did you hear that? Did you hear what he said? He said, affluence, everybody. And here we are.
Like flatulence to me.
Oh, Greg got you. Greg,
yeah, please. Man. We were best friends.
That was in grade school. Greg told me you guys were like buddies in grade school. You played like, look what this stick, it looks like a Glock. Oh, this stick looks like a sword. Oh, this sword looks like a 401k shooting through the roof. Nobody likes that stuff. We all get it from the dirt. You know what I mean?
I'm sorry I stopped playing with sticks when my family became the nouveau rich.
Scene. I don't know why nouveau rich is funny to me, but it is.
What a funny term. The nouveau rich.
It sounds almost Spanish.
Nouveau rich.
I'm the poor Spanish translation would be Nuevo Rico.
I thought I was going to ruin it or end it. Not ruin it. No one ruins this. It's I was holding it in so hard when you said a 401k. But look, this is an improv scene we do at the top of the show to loosen or strengthen our improv muscles. We stop when one of us breaks. It was down to the wire there. But it leads us into the 1 minute roundup proper, which is where one of us, this time Vince, has to summarize everything we've covered in Dragon Ball thus far. I'm talking the original run. I'm talking about 184 episodes of Dragon Ball Z, several movies, other garbage. We've covered a lot, and you have to summarize it all in 1 minute. And we do this in case you're a new listener. You can get caught up on where we're at in the show. Maybe It's also entertaining, I think, to hear us sweat. If you're watching on YouTube, to see us sweat.
Oh yeah, my pit's always wet when this time comes around on the pod.
We cut it out, but afterwards we have to take a 5-minute break to air out those underarms.
Oh my god, it's like a sauna in here, and I'm both the water and the stones.
That sounded deep. In life, we're both
put that
water
on a
and
greeting
stones.
card.
Mm-hmm. Well, before we can do that, I have to ask you a very important question. Vince, are you ready to round up?
With that deep breath, Aaron. Yes, I am. And here I go. So, Dragon Balls, you collect 7 mystical orbs. You can get to wish for whatever you want. The story follows Goku, who's a little monkey boy, grows up to be a little monkey man, goes on lots of adventures around the world with friends and foes. He defeats the Pilaf gang. He fights the Red Ribbon Army. He wins a couple of Tenkaichi tournaments. And then he goes off to space to fight the baddest dude in the universe, Lord Frieza, on planet Namek, where they also have Dragon Balls, because he has to save his friends who died from the alien race that Goku's from. Oh, yeah, he's a Saiyan. They're not from Earth. And then they come back, and Goku is missing. And then the guy from the future, Trunks, shows up and is like, oh, there are these androids and only Goku can stop him, but he's going to get a heart virus. Goku shows up and he's like, hey, I'm a Super Saiyan now. Isn't that cool? Vegeta's there. He's a bad guy turned good, and he has a son named Trunks. Isn't that interesting? And then the androids get absorbed by a bigger, badder bug android who has been terrorizing the Earth, sucking people dry. And now Goku's son is the only hope for Earth, and he has to unlock his latent power, and that's coming through by the force of an android who sacrificed himself.
Isn't that interesting?
Isn't that special?
Yeah, very wonderful roundup. Thank you so much. If you're listening at home, judging us for the quality of our roundups, how dare you?
Yeah, how dare you?
Mm-hmm.
How dare you?
If I had one of my Nouveau Rich white gloves, I'd slap you with it. But I don't.
If I had caviar in my mouth, I'd spit it out.
I must place this monocle upon my eye, so I might pop it off in disgust. But since we don't have any of that, all I can say is if you want to do your own roundup, you can send that recording in to kamehousepartypod@gmail.com, and we will play it on the show. I think we've loved every roundup that's been sent to us.
There hasn't been a bad one. Mm-hmm. And I think that is not just because we are easy to please, but because we really appreciate the effort and the time it takes to do one. And you don't have to do it all in one go. You can edit it, put in music, take your time. I don't care how long it takes. You could do 1 second every day and send it in. Just in the form of an MP3. That's all we ask.
You want to do a 5-minute roundup? I might speed it up, but
hey, 2.5 still gets it in under the wire.
We'll get there. And we can now move on to the next part of Kame housekeeping, which is where I let the audience know that Vince and we watch 2 different versions of the episode. What? I watch. Nani? We watch the episode. I watch the Japanese language subtitled version. Vince watches the English dub, that Funimation dub. And we do this because it is fun to compare and contrast the differences. Sometimes they're very big, sometimes they're very small, and they usually start with the title. So Vince, could you please give us the title for your episode?
Oh, yeah. I'll give you the title with pleasure and a bit of gusto, because here it comes. Episode 185 of Dragon Ball Z. Awakening. Oh, no, Aaron.
Yeah.
Dragon Ball went woke.
Oh, no, they're going to go broke now.
Oh, no.
No. Toriyama.
His precious Zenny.
Toei, don't.
You just got a new logo.
I imagine there's someone complaining about that.
If they are, kick rocks.
Get at it. It's a cat in a Three Musketeer hat. What else do you want?
Sydney Sweeney, you freaks.
There, I'll never watch. What's the movie she's in with the other handsome
Madam
person?
Web?
No, I would watch that. Anyone But You.
Oh yes, you'll watch anything but that.
Yeah. Anything but that, please. But what I can do is I can give you the title for my episode. For episode 185 of Dragon Ball Z from the original Japanese, roughly translated, is Devastating True Power. The Cell Juniors Pulverized.
Ooh, I like that. I like that.
Because correct.
A little foreshadowing, maybe, but it makes me want to watch. Makes me want to watch more than like Awakening, because I don't know. Gohan's a teenager. Maybe he had his first.
What's this feeling in my stomach? Oh, I was going more sweeter, but we can talk.
No. Yeah.
But yeah, let's get away from that and talk about the episode.
That's fair.
I think this first 5 minutes sort of feels like, so they do a recap, but the first 5 minutes feels like a remake of the recap.
Yep.
As Gohan is powering up, it's just the camera shaking around. Cell is like, "Oh, you're raising your ki? Trunks tried that and he failed. So good luck, I guess, idiot."
Yeah, it makes all the fighting stop for a brief second, and then the Cell Juniors went back to being the little gremlins that they are.
I do like that even they were like, "What's going on here? Do we need to pay attention to this?" Nah.
Like a bunch of grade schoolers.
They just went back to cutting to the funniest thing that happens in this episode is a Cell Jr. grabbing Vegeta and just swinging him around.
Gleefully.
Mm-hmm.
It's the amount of fun that they're having for me, which is why they're so, like, apart from their like design, which is really, really cool, like just like mini cells that are blue. Yeah. Like I think that it's clear that design choice was so like they nailed it. They nailed Cell's design. They nailed the Cell's Junior design in one. Where like I feel like the Frieza designs, and like if you do your own research, and some people have done research for us that like show like Frieza could have looked like this and was more alien or less alien. But like in the superhero movie, it's clear that the Cell design is perfect because Cell Max, the exact same, but red and cool. But the Juniors with their big bulbous heads and their wicked smiles and that
just little freaks. Vegeta's gonna, I feel like he'd die from embarrassment as opposed to physical damage at this point.
Boy, do I hope the camera's not getting this.
There's my dad.
I think I'm going to blow chunks.
Oh, my dad, he looks so crappy, but I kind of wish he did that with me when I was little instead of being dead.
Oh, now I'm getting even more sick from the sentimentality of my son. Oh,
Captain the Cradle and the Silver Spoon.
Vegeta boy blew chunks to the moon. Oh.
The other cells are just licking it up.
We don't know any better.
We're not paper trays. You got to hit.
Yeah,
You gotta
Cell
hit
would
those,
never house train his kids.
No. You squirt her with a water bottle, they don't react.
Yeah, look, I'm going to get on my cat training soapbox.
Go ahead.
Because people think cats can't be trained. They can. They don't yearn for rules like dogs, but you can train your cats. Squirt bottle is a great way to do it. And yeah, if you train your cats. That's all I want to say. Train your GD cats. They shouldn't be getting up on your counters where you make your food, everybody.
That's true. That's a good, like, there are space, like, if you build them a tree and shelving and other things that it's like, this is yours to be high.
Exactly.
I know you like to be high. You want to lord it over me.
Exactly. Give your cat space to own and they won't claim your spaces. Easy enough, right?
Just get them a studio apartment. Everyone can afford that, right?
Yeah, everybody can afford one of those.
Knock down a wall.
We all know that you have friends across the hall with rooms that they don't want to use. Or we've all got those secret apartments inside our existing apartment. Have you seen those
Filled
videos?
with gold. No.
Oh, God. It's just people being really dumb. Being like, oh, I knocked down the wall behind my mirror and there was a whole apartment on the other side. It's like, yeah, you live in an urban area.
That was the old Candyman plot, eh?
Yes, the old Candyman plot.
Because of shitty urban development where there's literally nothing between you and the other bathroom. Because money's.
Yeah, because money's too good. And it's cheaper to keep an empty apartment that you don't have to heat or do anything to. And just it goes up in value. Look, Aaron, we can't keep going because the only thing that we should be caring about going up is Gohan's power level, okay?
Yes. Yeah, I think another thing is Goku just as he's getting beat up still is just giggling like it's like it's gonna happen. He's doing it.
Big old cup of I told you so that he's sipping from this entire episode. Told you so. I told you so.
Later on, he's the only thing he cares about is rubbing it in Piccolo's face. but we'll get to that. Gohan screaming. He's bulging out. He's becoming a muscular lad. Maybe I don't know. Maybe it is puberty. He's having that. This is just a growth
Super
spurt.
Saiyan 2 the allegory for puberty that anime had been yearning for at the time? I think so. I think the Gundam wing of it all was a little too complicated for the youth of the day to understand why their body was changing and why they had feelings for girls that they should be assassinating based on their mission.
Yeah, it's like don't mix war crimes into your puberty analogies. It just muddies the water. But yeah, Gohan getting big, getting strong. Cell is finally starting to be like, oh, what's this? This is something different. Mr. Satan is watching and he gets a little greedy. Is that when that happens, or is that later on?
No, I think you're right.
I think that's now. Yeah, so Mr. Satan is essentially like, in mine, he says, quote, "They're monsters, all of them." And then he gets to a bit where he's like, "Oh, the attention. I'm not the center of attention. I got to find a way to make sure this doesn't get out."
Oh, yeah. So that's an interesting, like, I got to make sure that this doesn't get out because in mine, he's like, hey, nobody's paying attention to me. If I hadn't thrown that robot's head in there, this never would have happened. And like, it doesn't really garner a reaction from the others that are still there. Because Jimmy Firecracker is, I guess, the most consummate professional and is like doing his broadcast thing. Look, ladies and gentlemen, it seems like this boy might actually do it. He might be able to defeat Cell. And looks at the cameraman. Are you getting any of this? It's the scoop of the century. And cameraman's like, no, it's broken, bro.
Well, you can fix it, right?
It's union. I gotta bring somebody in. They're not coming in today. After all this.
The worst thing that happened to the news game. Organized labor. That's why I campaigned against it.
Everybody's like, whoa, Jimmy, no. Jimmy, we don't want to know this.
Oh, thank God we're not live. What do you mean? Looks, I think they should prosecute Luigi. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, you know who would come to his aid at that point? Me, Hercule. Prosecute. Put him away for life. Kathy Hochul, give me the hotline.
I think we've touched on this. We don't need to know Mr. Satan's politics.
No. He should keep that under wraps.
Mr. Satan, do 0 interviews, please. Do not go on Rogan.
Oh, man. That'd be a really good internet breaking episode of Rogan, though.
It's natural cycles, Joe.
Yeah. No. I get it. Can you just like tell the audience though? Because like not all of them understand to the level that I do. I don't. Is that a Joe Rogan impression?
I recently, but look, I'm film broed up. I'm cinephiled. So he did have Quentin Tarantino and Roger Avery on his show. And I'm just like, give me that.
Right.
And what it made me realize is, look, I'll never be on Joe Rogan, so who cares? It's just like, he's, compared to these two very intelligent men, it's just like, Joe, buddy, just don't say anything.
It's like, because I think what works about Hot Ones is the fact that nobody really knows the host of Hot Ones. Like he is a vehicle for insightful questions while people eat hot wings
that other people write for him.
I'm assuming, because you'd think that somebody who asks questions all the time would have the delivery of a normal human being.
Mm-hmm.
or the cadence of someone who's actually interested in what's going on. I'll never be on Hot One, so who cares?
Yeah, maybe that's it. Again, the fact that we don't know his name, we just know him as Hot Ones Man. Not Hot Man. The one's very important. You got to throw that in the middle. Just being a perfect cipher. They should have sold it. Make a computer ask these questions.
Yeah, we're all there to watch Shaq lick hot sauce and then mug to the camera. Oh, that's hot.
Yeah, we need Gordon Ramsay no selling on these hot wings and calling people donkeys. But yeah, it is interesting in mind that for Mr. Satan, the wheels are starting to turn of like, how do I turn this to my advantage? Oh, camera's broken. I control the truth.
And yeah, we should note that in Gohan, because Gohan is like, it's kind of like a wave of like him powering up each level, like a little bit more destructive force of his power going out. And it's like the second power up that knocks out the TV cameras. And we get like a rare shot of everybody watching, including Chi-Chi, who obviously is like, my baby. But once Gohan reaches this new power spike, we see the hallmarks of Super Saiyan 2, which is hair a little bit more spiky at the back and then the ends. Like in his base Super Saiyan form, he's got still like that little shortcut in the back, a little bob back there, and now it is fully spiked all around. Looks like there's a lot more layer to it, and he is crackling with electric energy at this point. And his brow is furrowed in a way that his eyes are barely open. He's so mad and he's so strong. And at this point, Cell cannot look away. He actually says, "Incredible." And Gohan says, "I'll never forgive you, Cell." Yeah.
Step 1 of unforgiveness, snatching those beans. He takes all the sensu beans away. And Cell is flabbergasted. Like, he's so fast. Oh, my. Step 2, chops the head off of one of the Cell Juniors immediately.
Light work. Just, oh, man.
Like butter.
I'm wondering, is there a difference in the violence in our versions? Because mine is head comes off, head explodes. Body then explodes once it hits the ground. No blood. Like with 16, there was like a little blood when Cell stepped on his head. But there's no blood in this one.
There's no blood in this. So
okay.
In mine, whenever the killing blow happens and you see like the parts come apart, they go to like this monochrome sort of blue look. So you got that.
Yeah, I got that one.
I think even then they're just like, this is too intense.
Yeah,
to
right?
see Gohan just, again, this crying child a mere few minutes ago.
Yep.
Get to this level. Even like Vegeta, he can't say anything else except like, incredible.
Mm-hmm. It's nuts. Like, I can't imagine what how on fire my brain was trying to watch this in real time as it was airing in the States, right? Because it was like in the early 2000s or whatever. I was prime age to only want to see this stuff. So like it's 8:00 on Toonami and I had to finish my math homework. There's no way I was going to miss this because, there weren't streaming services and I didn't have blank VHS tapes to record it. And this is before people that I knew had PCs that were strong enough to pirate stuff and like burn CDs and things like that. Which was, man, that was a great time. Like between like 2003 and 2007, my neighbor's dad got a powerful PC and would just burn me Sega Dreamcast games. Cause it was easy. He's just like, here you go. I was like, what? You could do this?
I remember when I got a CD player that also played data discs. So I could, so you could fit like just a bunch, just like hundreds of songs on a CD. And I was like, what? And they don't skip.
Oh, that's big. That's big. Because my dad was an audiophile, still is. And so I was very spoiled. We had a Sony cassette player that didn't skip. And then we got a Sony portable CD player that had like a grip for running. That also was really hard to skip. So like I was in heaven when like I was able to go to FYE and get my own CDs and stuff. Oh, it's so good. So good.
Has he listened to the podcast and judged our audio quality?
Absolutely. Absolutely not.
He's not listening to it on a hi-fi system?
No.
Giant headphones?
I don't think he's pulled out the hi-fi system because this is a man who had a 6-disc CD changer in the basement and a 12-disc CD changer in his modified audio system of his BMW 3 Series back in the day. And it was a trunk-loading 12-disc changer because he had a 3-disc changer when you could like pull the console out.
Yeah.
And one day he forgot to pull the console out and his car got broken into and they stole like a bunch of his CDs.
Damn.
So that was the only car I was never allowed to drive, mostly because it was stick and I didn't fit in it. So my dad had to put in bucket seats for me to fit as I got older.
Wow.
The joys of being a massive human being.
That's see, just CD changers in the car. What? We're so spoiled.
We are. We're so spoiled. I was so spoiled. When I got my iPad, like iPod, the one that could play video.
Yeah.
I stuck every Dave Chappelle special on that bitch. Every field trip. I was just listening to Chappelle, watching him on my iPad in color. Oh, what a world. What a world. Just like the world that we are inhabiting in Dragon Ball Z, where Trunks is remarking on Gohan's strength, saying, he did it right. He didn't sacrifice speed for his strength. And look how calm he is.
Yeah, Gohan is he's just doing what he's got to do. He sees Krillin is getting double teamed. He goes to save him, and then one of the Cell Juniors knows his days are done. Yep. Puts his weird little hand up to Krillin's neck, like his nail pop out.
Yes. He did a Wolverine.
Hey, listen. Hey, Gohan, listen, bub. If you don't want me to kill Krillin, you better back off right now.
Tell me where Gene is. And the Baldy doesn't get hurt. You remind me of Xavier.
You remind me of a weak, rizless Xavier. I'm Gen Z, by the way.
Gen Z-verine.
I love Chapel Road and eating ass.
Lick sneaked. When are we going to get Professor X in Marvel Rivals?
He can grind on rails.
we both saw the same meme. Yes. insert Tony Hawk's landed trick sound here.
Oh, that's if you crash.
That's the that's the VHS sound. I'm thinking of
Bam, bam.
Yeah.
Get those
Something
multipliers. Good sound.
But I love that the Gohan is so locked in, so Terminatored at this moment that he is palm up like, yeah, no, I'll kill Krillin. I don't care. You're pissing me off. I'll kill both of you and Krillin. And Krillin is even like, Gohan, don't worry about me. Do what you gotta do.
It's a good friend.
But this standoff lasts a little long, and one of the Cell Juniors takes off. He's like, I'm out of here. I don't want to die. And then eventually the Cell Junior holding Krillin hostage does give up the goat after a sneak attack from the air, which Gohan is able to dodge, save Krillin, and then another just bisection, cut that dude in half. And there's an intercut where Cell tracks it, where Cell's like, I saw that. But after each of his children fall, Cell is getting a little bit more frazzled. Like his eyes keep getting a little wider, a little more exasperated. And just like we've probably exasperated this audience enough with our goings on that we have to cut to commercial.
Hey, Hey everybody, it's me, Ken. I use she and him pronouns, and I'm here to talk about clowns.
The anime/manga, Kengan Ashura.
I am ready to talk about some Animorphs.
Roma, have you ever heard of the art movement of Dadaism?
Interest in a musician group called Exociety?
It's Yu-Gi-Oh!
The brainworm that I would like to deliver to you today is Gundam and or Gunpla.
I became aware of a series of novels that people told me about called Discworld.
Hey Lewis, what are we talking about? Aragon.
Aragon! Welcome to the Hyperfixation, where we invite our friends onto our show to tell us about what they're excited about so we can acquire an approximate knowledge of many things. New episodes out every Wednesday morning and up to 5 days early for patrons. Normalize info dumping and learn something new with us today thanks to the Moonshot Network.
We're back at Chi-Chi at the Sun Resident. Chi-Chi awakes from her fainted state, and she's still upset at Gohan because he's fighting and they can't see on the screen. And then Ox King does something unprecedented. And
Oh yeah.
so in mine, his first line is like, "Shut up, Chi-Chi." I'm like, what? I know.
Oh, my pearls.
I'm saying, I'm like, what are you doing? You don't tell Chi-Chi to shut up. Even if you
never
are
tell
her
Chi-Chi
father.
to shut up. Don't tell
And-
any woman to shut up.
Mm-hmm. There's Ox King then goes on a thing of, hey, kind of saying what the audience is probably thinking of, like, don't you understand that like Gohan is now the strongest fighter on Earth and he's the only one that can stand up to Cell? And he's like, just please try to understand.
Yeah.
Just,
Yeah, there's not too much difference in mine, except for he does not tell Chi-Chi to shut up.
good. That's insane to me.
It's a look. You're I guess, like you said, you're supposed to put Ox King in the audience surrogate position where we're all just like, you gotta just let him do it, Chi-Chi. Stop fighting it. But it's a little bit more measured in mine. And I love Chi-Chi's response. Because she's not really looking at Ox King, and then the cut is like her eyes up being like, are you done? Are you saying that I don't know my own son? You think by saving the earth he'll be able to get into a good school? You think by saving the earth and being the strongest warrior he'll be able to get a good job? And like she's just now we're seeing a cut of the outside of the house and just things are breaking and crashing, and she kicks her own dad out of the house.
She set those boundaries. It's like, I'm raising him, not you.
Exactly. Look,
Yeah,
that should be a lesson to all parents and grandparents. Unless you want to raise them yourself,
Yeah.
keep it to yourself.
There's her pretty similar to mine. She's just like, he won't get into a good school because he's a delinquent. Now.
Yeah.
I'm just like, this is, I don't know. Chi-Chi.
I do think if you save the earth, you should get free education.
The liberal media will
go off, King.
give Gohan the credit, as we'll find out later on. But it's if you save the earth, here's a semester, just something.
Something.
Also, karate
You save the
scholarship.
earth, you should get at least 1 year of school paid for free to your school of choice.
Mm-hmm.
God, I'm lowballing. Like if I save the planet at 11, I shouldn't have to go to school.
Okay, real world situation. You
go for it.
You single-handedly, of course, with the help of your friendships, you save the planet. It's like undeniable. There is one singular force, and you are a singular force. You bash, you win, and because you win, the Earth is not going to be destroyed. What are what should you get? Like, I don't think you need to work again.
No. First, you don't have to work again. You never have to pay a hospital bill. Like you're always like you should just be always taken care of.
Yeah.
You should be like that face card meme where everybody's like, face card gets me into everything.
Yeah.
There should be signs at every establishment with your face on it says eats for free.
Oh yeah.
It's closed for free.
you need every. I think it's just like you don't have to do anything you don't want to do ever again.
Ever again. Yeah, you should be you should basically be a billionaire without compromising your morals and hoarding massive amounts of money.
Yeah, with you're not exploiting anyone else's labor because the world has exploited your labor already. Here is the reward.
Exactly.
Yeah, anything that doesn't involve as long as it doesn't involve the will of another person, you should just get it.
Sony, I need every version of every PlayStation that's coming out in infinitum.
Maybe that it's just like you can ask every company one thing once.
Right.
Make it good.
Ooh, yeah. I'd be like, hey, Naughty Dog, remake the Jak and Daxter franchise right now.
I love The Last of Us, but stop production.
You kick in the door. Put everything down. Pencils down, folks. I hold up my own drawings of Jak and Daxter. We're making this now.
Exactly like this. See, I was just going to be like, I'm going to go to the Cheesecake Factory and say, you know what? I'm going to take 2 cheesecake slices, please. I saved the world. Come on.
Hey, McDonald's, bring back beef tallow.
Dude, make an environmentally devastating change to your operation. More so.
I saved the world so I can watch McDonald's burn it down.
You live long enough to become the villain. So the Cell Juniors, they're like, we got to take care of this Gohan guy. They try to gang up on him. He like does a thing where he throws the bag of sensu beans in the air to fight. Oh, yeah. And then not finishing them off, just like breaks them up, catches the bag as it falls down to earth. He then does like a power up where beams of light shoot out of him. And again, these Cell Juniors are not dead. He's just knocking them back. I think Vegeta's like, he just pushed them back with his key. This is incredible.
And when that happens, like, they don't do this too often in Dragon Ball, but like to display the change in ki. Like the whole scene gets like a turquoise wash in this one, and his power like shoots through the clouds. Like I think in newer Dragon Ball, they do like the cloud burst effect, like where like somebody powers up and you see all the clouds around them just like disappear. But it's a cool effect. It works. Again, like we talked about it last episode. This is probably the height of Dragon Ball's hold on the American audience when it was airing, right? There was nothing coming close to this. As a teenager, I know that there were like certain characters that I wanted to be like. Like you wanted to be like Goku, you want to be strong and reliable and like have that affability. You wanted to be as cool as Hero Yuri, right? You wanted to be like Secret Agent Kid, who also owned a mech suit, that kind of stuff. Or, look, this is me. I want to be Tenchi Muyo because I had a huge crush on Ryoko.
Who doesn't? She's a space pirate with cat ears. What are we doing? Come on.
What are we doing? They should have been putting that in my face as a child. But yeah, there's just like. There's something so nice going back to this and this sequence, like to think about like the organic nature of hype at the time and how things were hyped up because you had to see them in the moment. Like you had to be there. You had to be waiting the week and a half that it took for it to come back to Toonami after watching the reruns. Because like Toonami was brand new. We were getting all this new stuff. Like Yu Yu Hakusho was on the scene and stuff. Where like now it's super great that we have infinite libraries of stuff. But like, I don't know, you can watch the Sakamoto Days premiere at any time. You could get spoiled by somebody on Instagram being like, here are 10 things about Sakamoto Days you may have missed from the pilot.
Yeah.
It's like, also, you're 45, bro. Like, let the kids enjoy it. Sorry, you're 62, bro.
Okay, yeah. Hey, here are some things you might not know about this anime. It's the reason my grandchildren don't talk to me.
Yes, we have a vision of our own future.
Just because I missed a birthday to see the season 20 premiere.
I missed my grandson's birthday to see two heroes.
They didn't want
Godzilla's canon. Godzilla's a canon hero in My Hero Academia now.
They said anime was lame. My own children bullied me.
Don't let anybody tell you anime should go back underground. Everybody shut up with that rhetoric.
It's the box is open, baby.
Yeah.
It's Japan's greatest export. We're going to keep slurping it up.
Hey, I'm down with Japan's GDP going up. Just not too much. I want to enjoy the power of the US dollar whenever I can travel there.
Just for a few years. Just hold off for a few years.
Yeah.
Japan, you'll be fine.
I'll be there in 2026. That's my goal. I really want to go by then. Hopefully I'll be cleared to travel internationally at that point.
Hopefully. Okay. And look, these Cell Juniors are trapped. Well, no, we have to do this first. Again, it's the thing we tease of Goku. I think Piccolo is able to go to Goku to help him out. And Goku's just smiling and he says, quote, "What do you think, Piccolo? Just like I said, right? I did good.
I may have scarred my son for life, but I was right, Piccolo? I told you so." I think in mine he literally says, "I told you so."
Goku, I'm still very mad at you, but I don't even want to say it. You weren't wrong. I could say that. I'll give you that.
Oh, come on, Piccolo, just say it. Just say it. Oh, my ribs.
Joe, you really beat it. Why is it so important to you?
Just because this is the first idea I ever had, Piccolo.
Hold on, let me think back. Let's see.
Go ahead.
Let's see. I think I came up with how to beat Raditz.
Yep.
Let's see. Well, I was dead when you fought Frieza, so I can't confirm anything. I assumed it wasn't
fully improvised.
It seems like Vegeta's idea to go Super Saiyan, and you just copied that.
Yeah. He put the idea in my head before he died.
It's like, oh my God, there are bits. You're coughing up bits. Do humans have bits inside?
I think that's my spleen.
It sounds gross. You'll never catch me coughing up cellulose. Okay, let's see. Instant transmission.
Peel off gang. That was all Bulma's idea. It was Oolong that saved the day.
I'm sticking to Z. we didn't pick Goku. Jesus. It's like having multiple kids with similar name that start with the same letter. I have to go through the Rolodex in my head to get to the right name.
I think I have 2 hernias.
Just humans are so gross.
Trunks came up with a plan to defeat the androids.
That's true. Well, you did tell me that on Snake Way, you didn't know what you were doing. Someone told you to just run, and you did it.
I was lucky I was pointing in the right direction to start.
Yeah, I guess you're right. This is your first original whole thought was just to not, and your idea was to not tell anyone, was just to not say anything and let things happen.
Well, I thought maybe I was, my teeth. Maybe I'd be wrong.
Ugh. None of them are fangs. Weird.
And see.
Yeah, just Goku pleased as punch. This fucking guy.
But Piccolo's like not fully convinced. Like he's still like worried about Gohan a little bit.
I saw it a little bit as this like, my poor sweet child. What has he become?
A little innocence lost kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. I mean, and that's probably what I was feeling in this episode too, of just like, no, the sweet angel.
Yeah. The only innocent character in Dragon Ball no longer has that plucky energy. Forever, Gohan will be scarred by this kind of feeling.
Yeah, the Cell Juniors
fight between the Cell Junior fight continues. All 5 of the remaining Cell Juniors are now like, all right, we got to go into our bag of tricks, and they all get to say all the cool attacks.
Yeah.
Special Balloon Cannon! Kamehameha! Kiko-ho! Two Kiko-hos.
Tag teaming. That's a diamond shape.
Mm-hmm. And only for the dust to clear and Gohan's silhouette remains unmoved, undamaged, and unchanged. And I think you know what happens next.
Mm-hmm.
Cleave in half with the hand. Like graphic depictions of their insides falling out before they explode. A couple of roundhouse kicks, either like, that horrible bisection of like diagonally up the body. And then I think it's just really cruel the way that he dispatches the last one, which is Sparking Zero style, where he does like a punch up in the air, a hammer hit to the back, and as the Cell Junior is plummeting to the ground, Gohan just apparating in front of him, and a one high kick. And the animation is very quick, but if you pay close attention, you can see like, oh, he's gonna kick him up one more time because the Cell Junior kind of bends over his foot and then just snaps and pops. Oh, it's gruesome and very, very cool. And like we pointed out, each of these explosions or kill shots are kind of that blue-gray monochrome look to them. And then the scene is the sequence is punctuated with Gohan saying, "Trunks, pass these around." And he just throws the bag of sensu beans without looking right into Trunks' hand. And they're like smoking when they hit his hand. Oh, it's so cool.
Yamcha's like, oh, I hope he never becomes a baseball player. I'll never win. I can't hit that heat.
The Mount Frying Pan hitters. Third in the rotation, the mighty Gohan. Yamcha's had a great day up until now.
Hold on, Gohan, we're pals, right? Well, I'm friends with your dad and your Aunt Bulma. And so just let me win. I'll get fired if I don't hit this ball.
Who are you?
Oh no, you're big timing me. I was at all your birthdays. I think I
had a birthday.
Oh God, okay, now I'm seeing it. The eyeliner, the fishnet sleeves. Didn't know they allowed that on the field, but okay.
It seems that Yamcha and Gohan are having a full conversation.
The umpires are desperate to get them to play the game. Come on, please. I'm on my knees. Hands clasped.
Whistle's blown. That's an illegal stance. Gohan gets to walk to first base. Yamcha may have avoided embarrassment
Whew.
in one way, but not in another.
Mm-hmm.
All the girls leave the stadium.
Bulma and Vegeta watching at home. Is that loser you used to date?
Don't remind me.
Ugh, blah. He's weep. Hey, God bless HD cameras. We can see him weep. I love it.
Oh yeah, Vegeta's a fidelity snob.
Yeah. I take step 1, turn off motion smoothing. Come on.
I'm the prince of all resolutions.
I wanted a projector, but Bulma said it was unsightly. TV still
Bulma
too
would
high.
know. Also too high. TV too high.
Oh, Bulma,
Screen too high.
she wants it above the fireplace. Like a fool.
I have to stop this scene because I'm so happy you put me onto that. Because I'm on that subreddit and I'm like, look at these nutcases.
Well, how is this enjoyable? It's
hanging from the ceiling. You can't play The Last of Us like this.
I've softened. The bit's gone stale a little bit for me.
A little bit.
But if I'm ever in a position where I own a fireplace, no TV show be perched upon it.
Nope. Also, you're not going to use that fireplace. Come on.
At this point, just make the basement the TV room.
Everyone should.
That can be the fireplace can be the nice living room.
The one that nobody ever sits in.
When people from church come over.
Yes. We had our TV in a little like a hutch in the living room that nobody was allowed in. And a sick painting of the Tuskegee Airmen.
We had we only had paintings of Christ. And we lived in the time of entertainment centers.
Mm-hmm.
You need something to keep this giant 23-inch CRT aloft. Get enough space for this bad boy can hold 20 VHS tapes.
Oh,
it's
my
8
goodness.
feet tall.
How could you ever get through 20 VHS tapes?
It is weird that a whole class of furniture is just out the door at this point.
Outmoded in a way that is like staggering.
I know. I feel like I don't know if it's just watching youth come into their own, replacing their fathers, as all children should do at some point, if you're doing it right. I feel this is a very nostalgic episode. I feel like we're feeling our age this episode, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, because I was like 13 when this came out.
Dust. So I would have been, carry the one, older.
14 and a half.
Yeah.
It's a lot of math.
We were... But no, the episode winds down as we have Gohan just being very cool. Cell pissed off his children. Piccolo, I think, finally is on board. He does say, like, I don't sense any hesitation or apprehension in him. He's truly the mightiest warrior.
When Piccolo co-signs your power level, you know you're on the right track.
Put him on that show on Spike TV. Put him up against a Roman phalanx. They're gonna say he's when they run the simulation.
Yeah, bring back that era, the History Channel. I'm so sick of World War II documentaries and World War II alien documentaries.
Look, those aliens really saved our ass at Normandy, is all I'm going to say. It was just the most, it's a ludicrous thing to watch, like, the most historically accurate, like, we've got interviews from real World War II fighters who were there on D-Day. And then they cut to just like some random guy in the next episode being like, you know what they never told you about D-Day? Is there were flying saucers. The men who survived,
you can see one here crash landed at Normandy.
Jeez. It looks exactly like a plane. It says US, but the S is covered. See?
The S is smudged from battle. Just the disrespect.
Jeez. It's
now these people have podcast empires.
I know. We're fools. Look, if you want to start talking about UFOs and just making up shit, which is what we already we have one part of that so far.
Exactly. You're telling me those guys didn't go to improv class with me? Yeah, right.
Yes, and the aliens are the reason we lost Vietnam.
Oh, yes, and to close out this episode, I wrote down this quote from the announcer who kind of talks us to the end as Gohan sets his sights on Cell. He's about to give that man the business. The announcer in mind says, "Has the role of planet's protector passed from father to son? Find out next time on Dragon Ball Z." Which is like a trope, right? The next time on Dragon Ball Z. Which, in our conclusive memories and watch down of this entire series, only happens like 2 or 3 episodes. Like in total, it's like maybe 4 or 5 because they use the announcer to say like, you want to watch Goku turn into Super Saiyan and beat Frieza. You want to watch to see how Goku gets off Namek. You want to watch how Goku defeats or does not defeat Android 19, the one that can suck the power out. Or like you want to see if Piccolo's going to be able to stop Cell in his tracks here. And then we finally get to this one. And this one is so palpable. You want to know. They've done it.
They can finally fight each other. It's in mind, the announcer's a little more cheeky and says, it's like, Cell is still concealing his great power.
Ooh.
Which I don't know. Regeneration? I don't know.
Oh, you know, Cell has more left in the tank, though, at least.
He's
from like his fight with Goku, it was very clear that he was like, I could have gone harder, but Goku was tapped out.
I don't want to embarrass the little guy.
Yeah. I'll let my little guy embarrass him.
Yeah. But that's it. Yeah, it's the Cell Juniors have been easily dispatched. They can get back to a one-on-bug fight.
That's right. And yeah, it's rare because we do these weekly, so we try to watch them one at a time. But this was a hard one not to just let the Crunchyroll app keep playing. So yeah, we hope you enjoyed this week's episode. We know you're going to enjoy next week's episode. And if you're new, thanks for watching, listening, and to all of our supporters on Patreon, all of our followers on Instagram and some new friends that we might be making on Blue Sky. We salute you. So thanks for tuning in. And we're at Kame House Party on all social medias. Give us a like, follow, share, subscribe on your podcatcher of choice. We are also part of the Moonshot Network of podcasts. So they are on Blue Sky. They are on Twitch, twitch.tv/Moonshot. They do a lot of great work in raising money. And I don't know if you know this, but Andrew Sherman is maybe the greatest Armored Core player in the world. So watch those VODs, watch whatever they've got coming up, and listen to all their really fun podcasts. Also, Aaron, we are, you know this, but the listeners should know that we are sponsored by Tokyo Treat. You probably heard an ad at the top of the show. There's still time to get the New Year's Snack Spectacular box, and I'm going to eat this red bean paste taiyaki fish cake right now and give a little review, because these slap. Oh,
what a crunch!
Mm-hmm.
That thick filling. I can see it from here.
The wafer, the filling. America needs to get on bean paste, okay?
Did somebody say bean?
Yeah, Jerobi.
Hey, you want to slide that over to me?
Yeah, Jerobi, you're on a diet.
Oh, come on, Corin. Yes, Corin. Yeah, Jerobi. I'm also surprised.
It was part of your New Year's resolution, yeah, Jerobi. You wanted to lose a few pounds.
Yeah, but then I heard the ad from Kame House Party. I'm like, ooh, Tokyo Treat. If it's bean forward.
Guess. You went to team.tokyotreat/bean because you'd be wrong. Because you need to go to team.tokyotreat.com/Kame to get $5 off your first box, you dummy.
Oh, man. Wait, sorry. I've been listening. Okay. Sorry, I'm so mixed. I'm so beamed up. I'm mixing my voices up. I'm just gonna get the Tokyo Treat box. Goodbye.
Well, I was expecting Yajirobe and Corin to show up at the end of the episode, but I'm glad they came.
It was definitely Yajirobe the whole way through.
We all know this.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, Aaron, do you have anything else you'd like to plug? I think we hit the big ones, but
go on to Thinking Too Hard About Anime.
Yeah.
My other podcast where we're discussing we're discussing anime, myself and Noah Carden. We're finishing up Neon Genesis Evangelion. I think I'm in the process of editing the last episode of that. So we'll get that going. Give that a listen.
I'll use my favorite tagline for the show: the smoothest listen in anime podcasting.
Hey. You're listening to us talk about a child with extreme PTSD from the metaphysical horrors he faces.
You guys have gotten to it before NPR did, so that's all I'm going to say. NPR could never.
They could never have an anime show.
Oh, and we also stream on Twitch every week, every Wednesday. We are also covering Dragon Ball Daima during that stream. So check out that every Wednesday at about 7:30, where we talk about the episodes of Dragon Ball Daima. We'll be covering episodes 13, 14. And then we're starting a new series where we're playing through all of It Takes Two, an interesting story about saving your relationships.
It is. I think we saw the title and it's like, we're two. There's two of us. Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. This book named Hakeem is a low-key freak. But we've done enough plugs. Time to get out of here the only way we know how. So whether you are fighting through immense pain to tell your best friend, I told you so, or you're telling your own dad that he gotta go, you gotta
keep fighting.